Like, how was that going through that process of getting signed with them? Like, what was that like? Was it what you expected?
It was terrifying.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah. So much has happened, I feel like, since last time we sat down, man.
Yeah, for sure.
At least from my side. I don't know from your side, just watching from afar. Feel like I know last time you was here, you was talking about signing with a label.
Mm-hmm.
I see you signed or partner with Asylum.
Yep. Did
Okay.
a distro deal with Asylum, which is under Warner Music.
Okay.
And pretty much since then, I released one project through them.
Okay.
Which is Midnight Rambler.
Okay.
And man, it's been on the up and up since. So
how was that? I guess I want to get in kind of like, how was that going through that process of getting signed with them? Like, what was that like? Was it what you expected?
it was terrifying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like my mama always told me, you know what I'm saying, you can't trust nobody treat your baby like you. And for me, it was like, man, I gotta share my baby with somebody else now. I gotta trust somebody else with like my decisions, my money, my moves, and just in business in general. So, man, to even jump around when I went up to that office to sign that paper, like I was ready to walk out if I'd seen something a red flag. Like, you know, everybody around me was so excited to be there. And I'm like, man, I don't know these people. You know, I'll walk out of here, you know what I mean? And so, man, it was terrifying, but it was also like, man, it was exciting. It was new for me. And, you know, I wouldn't have had it no other way as far as like how things happen. Maybe a few changes, but you know, we don't have any regrets over here.
Okay.
For the most part.
Now, is Asylum, is that like a major label, or are they kind of like independent with Warner? Warner, like Asylum is its own label kind of thing?
Right. And from my understanding, because again, I did a distro deal. They do have a label service over there on a Warner, just like Atlantic does. But the situation I did was strictly still independent and distro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they do have artists like Yellow Beezy and Tech. I can't remember some of these artists, but Ken the Man was on the label at the time, but they were signed to the label.
Okay. All right. Man, I can imagine that.
That I know of.
Okay, I can imagine like you doing everything yourself, and now you gotta run it through them now.
Yeah.
I can imagine that could be like scary, but at the same time, they really pushing your shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So with distribution, like you still are in control of your marketing. Like you still doing the hard work. I don't want people to think that's like okay, somebody else is taking the wheel. You still in control. It's just like now you're talking to somebody else at the table too. It's a few other people at the table and you got to make these decisions with.
Okay.
So we still running our own ads, whatever the case may be, that type of stuff. And then just the name alone, just to have that stamp, it means something.
Yeah. Do they help you with like different marketing plans and how to reach a like more audience? They help you with all that kind of?
Yeah. Early on, and I'm gonna try to be as transparent as possible. Early on, like we had like 15 people in those rooms, like, or we had on those calls, and we like, hey, let's do this, or let's start vlogging on your YouTube. They would suggest things of that, or like let's do TikTok campaigns and things like that. But I was going so strong organically, man. I was still doing it by myself, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I was still doing, I don't know, like 1,000 videos on TikTok a day, people using my soundbite, like without any like money put into it, just organically. So it all happened so fast. But where they come in, obviously, is like giving you a bag, you know what I mean? And like that front end.
Yeah,
So,
let you kind of use their money to push yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I know one of the girls that used to be on our podcast, Ebony, she said she found out about your show at the House of Blues through just
Yep.
just doing it through Will. Yeah.
And that was from us running a $200 ad. You know what I mean?
Really?
And it made its way around.
Yeah.
But now that's dope because that show. Speaking of that show, it showed like the appreciation that people really had for me, or people that didn't know me, just appreciation for like music and hip hop.
Yeah.
But that night it's still surreal. You know what I mean? Like it was packed from wall to wall. People couldn't get in.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like my phone went off the hook. Like,
Yeah.
I stopped answering it.
So was that something that you set up, or was that something that you just
With House of Blues?
Yeah, you connected with the House of Blues and did.
Yeah, that was just me and my people. Yeah.
I wonder, can you get something like signed, like where you could do it, like have it consistently, like every year, do something, and then let it organically grow so you can get into that the other room? Would that be?
I guess you could. I mean, since then I've been back. A couple months ago we did a listening party.
Oh, okay.
And the goal is to get to the main hall room, you know, the main music hall.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, speaking of House of Blues, I'm supposed to be back Black Friday, November 24th, for the Cambridge room. That's the bigger room. So, and just what I've learned working with them, they want to see what you can do at the foundation and then build up. So we sold it out twice, and now they like, oh, shoot, we're going to put you in contact with the other people on the other side. You know what I mean? I mean, even getting into numbers, bro, I think I did 10K that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many, like, artists in Dallas are doing shows for, 10K?
Yeah.